Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Early Career Academic. On this channel, I explore how I use the Passion Planner to pursue professional and personal goals. I am an academic, as I said. I'm also a Passion Planner ambassador, a wife, and a cat mom. And so if you're interested in any of the Passion Planner stuff that I talk about today, there is an affiliate link in the description of this video and a discount code. Be sure to check the latest video for the most recent discount code. It gives you an extra 10% off of any ongoing sales. Okay, so let's get started. This video, we're going to be planning out the week of May 2nd through the 8th. Yes. And as you can see, this is this is dated for an academic year. May is the last month in this particular planner. So coming up, I will have the big reveal about which planner I'm going to move to next and how I'm going to set that up. In case you're interested, this is the medium marble cover Passion Planner. And this is the first generation of the marble cover, so it's a little different than the current one, but it looks the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and before we start decorating the new week, I just want to catch you up on the current week. This has actually been an interesting week. This kit you see here, if you missed my last video, is from the new Passion Planner sticker book called Decorate Your Planner. And I just found it really adorable. It's kind of a spring vibe, even though you could definitely use it for fall with the little like mushroom caps. And this week was the week I had student office hours, so I had a number of student meetings. I also looked at over 100 pieces of student writing to provide feedback or assessment. It was a busy week, but thankfully I'm feeling a lot better than I have been feeling, a lot more energetic, and so I was able to get through the work I needed to get through. And my friends coming into town this weekend, and I'm just really excited that we get to have some fun. I get to relax, so I'm just really excited about that. So this is a pretty good week. Also, I wanted to mention before I flip to the new week that on Sunday, the 1st of May, I am dropping a new episode of my podcast, Vita Abundantur, and it's a special episode. It is about finding abundance in a time of grief, and specifically my guest Gabby and we discuss our experiences with miscarriage and infant loss. So I think it's a pretty special episode. It's a little longer than my other episodes are, but I encourage you to give it a listen. You can find a link to the podcast in the description of this video, and it's also available on all major streaming platforms. So I appreciate it if you give a listen and then let me know what you think. So that's this week, going pretty well. And I'll tell you guys a little bit more about this week as I plan the next week. But before I do that, I want to tell you what I'm going to be using this week. So I promised you like a really interesting kit for this week, and I'm really excited to share it with you. Because it is Mother's Day on the 8th of May, I decided to order these stickers from Pineberry Paper, one of my favorite sticker shops. I will put their name in the description of this video, so if you want to check them out. I was looking for a Mother's Day kit that wasn't too cheesy, you know, like it's kind of hard to describe it any other way, but something that I loved the colors in, that wasn't just like too over the top, and this was perfect when I saw it pop up on my Instagram. As you guys know, if you've been watching this channel, I suffered a miscarriage last year, and it has been really hard on us. And at the same time, I do want to reflect on the brief period I was a mother last year, and to think about my potential future as a mother, depending on how things work out. So I wanted to honor that, and also I have a great relationship with my own mother, and so I wanted to explore those feelings this week as well with this sticker kit. I know that isn't the case with a lot of people. You have complicated relationships with your mother or with motherhood in general, and I just think it's nice to acknowledge that there are, you know, varying experiences, and it's not all exactly as we would like it to be. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, that this Mother's Day, kind of keep in your hearts the people who don't have either the relationship with their mother they wish they did, or or with their children or with their role as a mother. But I just love this kit so much. It's so springy, it's so bright. There's clearly like different, expressions of motherhood here, and I just really love it. So we're going to use this kit in this week, and I'm just going to be excited for that. Plus I got this washi, which I think matches this pink really great, so I'm excited for that. And as usual, I have my Microline 05 pen that doesn't smear, and we're going to use this Marigold mild liner because it actually really goes well with this kind of like pink orange here. So I'm excited to bring that in as well. Okay, so we can put those to the side for now and do our washi first, as usual. Let me get all my stuff out too. I forgot to get all my supplies. Okay. So about the current week. What I will say is, even though it was incredibly productive, I had some issues, and I won't go into specifics for privacy reasons, but I had some issues with some students. I had a behavioral issue, and I had a academic integrity issue. And let me just tell you, I mean, that's like the worst part of any teacher's job, I would say. But also for college professors, this kind of thing, academic integrity issues happen more often than behavioral issues do. But yeah, and behavioral issues are relatively rare. I mean, at the end of the day, you're teaching adults and you're just going to have less of that stuff to deal with. So when it does happen, it can be kind of jarring, if I'm being honest with you. And I admit to being a little unprepared often when it happens. And especially in an online class, it can be really puzzling as to like how best to go about handling it. But the good news is that I did handle it, and all parties in the issue are back on track and satisfied with the way that I handled it. And so, I think we have found a good way forward. But it did, stress me out at the beginning of the week, and I don't know. In this semester in particular, I'm just like, please let me get to the end with no more drama. That would be awesome. And then I had an academic integrity issue, but that also resolved itself in a very satisfactory manner. This particular issue, this particular student is, going above and beyond to address the issue, and, the kind of learning and growing that I want to have happen with my students is happening. So again, I feel a lot better about it now than I did at the beginning of the week, but man, I was like bumming at the beginning of the week, and just feeling really down. And what I will say is, simultaneously I had students emailing me, thanking me for my feedback, hoping they get to take other classes with me in the future. Like, so it's there's always a balance. And I never feel like I'm just completely failing, thankfully. But sometimes when that stuff happens, it can be very demoralizing. You just be like, oh, why me, So I'm trying to perk up a little bit about it. Ooh, you know what I forgot to get out is my functional stickers. I'll get those out in just a second. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to come in with my mild liner, and I'm just going to highlight. It's not straight because I was dragging my hand across the page and there's sticky notes in my way. I love mild liners, just like such a pleasing color. So this is also the last week of classes, and I, for one, am pretty excited. I know my students are too. Next week will be mainly assessing final projects, getting some of my stragglers over the finish line. I'm a little nervous about some of them kind of waiting till after I post final grades to kind of come out of the woodwork. Let me double check that this is the right time. I think it is, hopefully, since I'm highlighting. Because I am fairly lenient with due dates and stuff, as long as, you know, it's not overly burdensome on myself at the end of the term. Every opportunity to succeed, that is what I offer students. And if they don't, then do it. It's not through any arbitrary rule of mine. Yeah. So a relatively sparse week in terms of appointments, because it is the last week of classes and thankfully we don't have a ton. I actually might have a department meeting on this day. I'll double check, but we also have our assessment portfolios due, and luckily I have gathered all the things I need for that already. I just need to write the little narratives they want for them, and then that way everything will be ready to go. They're due this day, and I'm pretty sure that's when I'm going to submit it because I'm done with work for the week after this video. I'm going to clean the house and get ready for my friend's arrival. So excited for that. Yes, now we come in with the awesome stickers. I love the yellow too, and I was tempted to bring in a yellow washi, but there's definitely more of the pink-orange vibe going on, so I really wanted to make sure that was in there. I love this. Mom, you're the bomb. That's cute. Mom, you're the bomb. My mom is the bomb, by the way. I mean, not to brag too much, but I have an amazing mother, which is probably partly why I look forward to being a mother so much, you know. I know that isn't the case for everybody, but I had a great experience, even though my youth was challenging for a number of reasons. My mom made it all, you know, better than it would have been. So it's also my friend's birthday on Mother's Day. Her birthday is almost always coincides with Mother's Day. So it's sometimes a bummer though, because then we you know, often we're busy with family and whatnot. So sometimes we can't celebrate with her on her actual birthday. I will share with you a tradition that my family does for Mother's Day, and I'd love to know in the comments, do you have any special traditions for Mother's Day that you have in your family? I'm pretty sure this tradition arose because my father, my biological father, was unprepared for one of the Mother's Days of my youth. And so he didn't have any wrapping paper to wrap my mother's gift. And so instead, he used a Sunday newspaper, which had Mother's Day comics in it, to wrap her gift in. And ever since, we wrap my mother's gifts in Sunday comics. So I have to literally go out Saturday or Sunday every single Mother's Day weekend and go get a Sunday paper and grab the comics out of it and then wrap her gift in the comics. So that's what we do now. And again, I'm pretty sure that happened just because my father was not prepared for Mother's Day one year. I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So yeah, I thought you guys would find that amusing. So we do that. I want to use every sticker on this sheet in this kit. I just like, now I feel like I'm over stickering, but I see a strong woman. I think also I get my kind of love of motherhood because of my mother's mother as well. I mean, it's probably kind of this cyclical thing. Like my mom wanted to be a mom because her mom was cool and so on and so forth. My grandma was, awesome. And I say was, she's still with us, but she is advanced dementia. She doesn't really know what's what anymore. And so, I use that in that sense. But I remember when I was young that she would wave at every baby. That's interesting. It says the 12th of May, Mother's Day. This must be like an old sheet from like a different year. But she would my grandma would wave at every single baby she ever saw. And I think it just like rubbed off on me, this like love of, babies, this mothering thing. I will say too, like my mom worked my whole life. She was a working mother outside the home. And, that was, it was a little difficult sometimes. Ooh, look at this. This goes with these colors. I can put it on my month. Yay. Okay. And we moved a lot because my mom's career required us to do so. And but what I will say is, my mother was, I think, extra good at making us feel just amazing. If you haven't seen my monthly plan with me video, you should. This is just like a beautiful kit. And I got this also from Passion Planner. So I'm like just still loving the look of it. You should check that out. But like my mother, we moved every other year of my life. And so we always were in a new school situation. And let me get the functional stickers while I'm talking. And, we were, my brother and I would always be anxious about making new friends. But my mom did certain things to, facilitate that. And she would for example, she would let us go to school a couple days in our new school to see what everyone was wearing. And then she would go take us school shopping so that we could fit in. I think about that now and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so so astute of her, so forward thinking, to think that, we would want that and then to make it happen, and she would throw us relatively elaborate birthdays because she wanted us to be like the cool kids, who had cool things going on in their house. Just stuff like that, she was just very committed to helping us, wherever we went to fit in. And I do have a department meeting on the 4th. So in that way, we never felt, my brother and I never really felt deprived of anything. And also, we never felt like, even though she worked really long hours, that we didn't have time with her. I remember most days we'd come home, or she would come home from work. We were already home with my dad. And, we would want her, obviously, we'd want her. And she was tired from a 12-hour day, and she worked in construction, and she still had to get dinner going because my dad was a lazy mofo. Even though he had been home since 3 p.m., he wouldn't lift a finger when it came to dinner. And, but she still come into the living room, sit down on the couch, and let us chatter at her for an hour. Tell her about our day and tell her funny stories. And in the meantime, she would have us, this is the funny part. My mom sometimes feels guilty about this part, but this was our ritual. We would unlace her, boots. If you've ever known anyone in construction, these boots are crazy laced up. We'd unlace her boots, and we would massage her head and braid her hair and, you know, walk on her back sometimes. It felt really good for her. So she was getting like this mom treatment while we got our mom time, and we were able to tell her about our day. And then, you know, she would get up and she would make dinner. And but I still remember that so clearly, you know, doing those things with her and never thinking another thing about it until like much later. And I was like, oh, how unique. I think it was a relatively unique thing. So yeah, I love my mother is the gist of all that. And just, you know, hoping that I someday can be, you know, as good a mother as she was. That would be nice. I'm just jotting my videos in here. I'm going to film a flip through so that you can see kind of like the evolution of my planning in this planner. I thought maybe you would find that interesting. And then I have another plan with me. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I urge you to do so. If you're on Instagram, I do have a special announcement soon. And if you want to be in the know, you can follow me there. But if not, I'll talk about it on the video too. Probably this week sometime, I will talk about it. So, you know, feel free to wait on that if you like. The focus for this week. Let's see, what is the focus? What I really would say is last week of classes. And for me, sometimes that means like being present a little bit. Like I am eager for the end of the term, but also I want it to be like a good last week with my students. So kind of being like mindful about that is a good thing. And then let me jot my major items that I need to remember. Let me know in the comments if you are planning on doing anything special for Mother's Day, or, you know, if this is a hard day for you, you know, what do you do instead? Do you distract yourself some way, or do you take yourself out for a nice meal? I know that in some years of, you know, my infertility and loss, it's been really hard for me to go anywhere because, you know, because of course people are celebrating Mother's Day wherever you go. So there's just families everywhere. And so it can be really hard to rally. You don't want to like necessarily stay at home, but at the same time, like you're just bombarded with, you know, happy mothers everywhere. It can be challenging. I'm gonna jot this down because I just don't want to forget it. And I like checking it off. I will have a plan with me. Oh, I did this already. And I will have the flip through, which I may film this morning, so I don't know why I'm putting it up there, but whatever. What else? Grocery, laundry. We have cleaning. And then I do need to finish my mother's Mother's Day gift. I have got part of it, but I need another part of it. Also, my mother-in-law she's still in Palestine with my father-in-law. So it's just going to be me and my mom this year. I haven't decided what we're doing yet. So that is something I need to decide on. I need to finish the gift, and I need to figure out if we're just going to like grill out, or be nice if the weather was nice. So that is to be determined to figure that out. Let me think. I think that's everything I will need to do. I'll need to do a little work for this meeting, if this meeting is actually happening for a change. I need to do a follow-up. We have reading group. Thinking, just making sure I'm thinking of all the things. I am going to put on here, just to remind myself, yeah. And then working on this stuff. I think everything else administratively is taken care of, so I think we're good here. Yeah, so let me know in the comments if you're doing anything special on Sunday the 8th to mark the occasion, or to avoid the occasion, whatever the case may be. No judgment. I have absolutely done both of those things. Also, let me know if you're watching anything new, because I think I could use a new show recommendation. I'm actually rewatching Downton Abbey right now. I watched the first season a long time ago when it first came out. And then I don't know if it was pre-streaming. I can't remember. I just didn't keep on going with it. But so now I'm definitely past the first season. Still really enjoying it. But of course, it's not a new show. And I'm also watching Julia on HBO, which is a show about Julia Child. It's awesome, so I recommend it. I'm not sure what I will do with this space here yet. I maybe will write a little bit about Mother's Day here, just as a sort of memory keeping thing. Kind of once I decide what we're actually doing would be kind of nice. So stay tuned for that. And as I said, I do have a new podcast episode dropping this Sunday the 1st, and I have a special announcement coming up. So follow me on Instagram if you want to be in the loop there. Otherwise, just stay tuned for that update here on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this plan with me. I'm really excited about the last week of the semester and this beautiful sticker kit. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a good Mother's Day if you are observing it, and if not, I wish you strength.